Real estate is definitely a must-have in every investor's portfolio because of its unique advantages. But many find it a lot more challenging than stock investing. So how do you overcome these challenges and start enjoying the benefits of real estate? Let's find out. I'm Edric Maguan, and this is The Real Deal. Stocks have become the entry point to investing. Because in stocks, you can start investing with only a few thousand pesos. You also don't have to commit to putting in money every month. You decide on how much money you want to put from month to month. Lastly, stocks are very liquid assets. You can buy a stock today and sell it a few hours later. Or if you are experiencing a financial emergency, you can always divest your stock investments. That's why stocks are popular, especially for people who are new to investing. But when it comes to real estate, many find it very intimidating. Sa totoo lang, hindi ka naman talaga makakabili ng condo unit or lupa with only a few thousand monthly. And buying real estate using home loan becomes a long-term commitment. You have to pay a certain amount month to month. What's more, real estate is not as liquid as stocks. In short, you need more preparation and financial discipline. But why bother diversifying to real estate? While investing in real estate, you can achieve your financial goals faster and safer. That's because there are several unique advantages that real estate offers that help minimize the risks and maximize the overall returns of your investment portfolio. So let's dive in. Advantage number 1, use of leverage to increase the return on investment. When you invest in stocks, it's pretty straightforward, generally speaking. You buy a certain number of shares of a stock at a certain price and pay 100% of it in cash. In other words, your gain or increase of value of the stock versus your cash investment is also your return on investment. For example, a few years ago, you put 1.2 million pesos into stocks. Over time, the value of the stocks grew by 20%. This means the current value of the stocks are now 1.44 million, meaning your gain is 240,000 pesos. Your return on investment, or ROI, is equal to your gain divided by the amount of cash you invested. This gives you an ROI of 20%. In real estate, you can dramatically increase your return on investment by using leverage. Leveraging is when you use other people's money to finance your investment. The good thing about the tools of leverage in real estate are that it's readily available and the cost of borrowing the money is relatively cheap. Leverage in real estate is commonly used in two ways. One is using the developer's money through buying pre-selling properties early on at its lowest possible price at 0% interest. Two is using the bank's money through home loans to generate gains that are significantly more than the cost of borrowing the money or interest. So how does leverage work in real estate? Let's say a few years ago, you invested in a pre-selling condo worth 6 million. Over the entire pre-selling period, you paid a total of 1.2 million in cash. Over the same time, the value of the property increased by 20%. This means that your 6 million property is now worth 7.2 million, giving you a gain of 1.2 million. But since your cash investment is only 1.2 million for the 1.2 million gain, your ROI is 100%. And that's the power of leverage in real estate. And you can earn even more if you invest in locations or developments with high growth potential. If you want to know which locations and developments have high growth potential, schedule a free consultation with me or message me by the link in the description. Advantage number 2, real estate provides regular cash flow. Rental income to real estate is what cash dividend is to stocks. But there are few advantages to rental income versus dividends. One argument versus dividends is from Warren Buffett, in that with stocks, capital gains and dividends have a negative correlation. He explains that when a company declares cash dividends, they are taking away resources that could have been used to grow the company and the stock price faster. With real estate, there is a positive correlation with capital gains and cash flow. Whenever there is an increase in value, whether due to the market or when you invest more money into improving the asset, the rental rate you command would likely also increase. But aside from this correlation, real estate also provides you with regular cash flow. With stocks, dividends are not guaranteed and they happen at a less regular rate. On the other hand, with real estate, once you have a tenant, you can expect a fixed rental income over a certain period of time. Before we move on to the next advantage of real estate, if you find this content helpful, hit the like button. Advantage number 3, you have control on how the asset can be maximized. When you invest in real estate, you're like a CEO, not a minority investor. You have control in terms of the strategies and how to maximize the financial benefits and how to best manage the asset. The cool thing about real estate is that there are so many ways to go about it and maximize your gains. Depending on how much capital and work you are willing to put in, you can employ different strategies to maximize your gains. For example, you can gain a huge profit in a very short period of time by fixing up and flipping the property. But you have to dedicate a big amount of capital and work. You can also try buying a pre-selling property and selling it prior to turnover, or yung tinatawag nating PASALO. Or you could offer your property for long-term lease. This gives you regular cash flow over time and is a great source of passive income as not much time and effort is needed. You also have the option to furnish and design your property to increase the rental rate. Or you can even offer the unit as an Airbnb to charge a higher rate per night and a bigger income overall. But this strategy requires more work as well. Literally, there are so many ways to make more money in real estate. To learn more about the different strategies, check out my other video. Advantage number 4, real estate is a lot less volatile than stocks. For me, this is one of the most underrated advantages of real estate. Volatility in some assets, while it can be great when the market is going up, can also be a huge source of anxiety and sleepless nights at other times. In fact, stocks could rapidly fall at the blink of an eye due to a single news article. So balancing this out with stable growth of real estate helps minimize the potential losses of your investment. Even over the past 2 years, the Philippine real estate market has shown its resilience. And this shows the incredible intrinsic value inherent in real estate. Your success in real estate investing, for the most part, greatly depends on the things that are within your control, especially on the skills you develop. Skill number 1, managing your cash flow. This is the most essential skill you need to have before investing in real estate. For stocks, cash flow management can be helpful, but it is not essential. Pag di mo na manage ang cash flow mo for a few months, you can simply skip a month from investing into stocks. But with real estate, this is a risky thing to do. You have to ensure you can pay your monthly down payment or monthly loan amortization or risk losing the property. So how do you master cash flow management? Sa totoo lang, the concept is very simple. It is simply making sure you live below your means. Where many have a hard time is consistency in practicing cash flow management. And this is the part you have to put your focus on. To do this, first maintain an emergency fund of at least 3 to 6 months worth of your income. This will give you enough time to adjust to any unforeseen situations. Next is to keep a budget and stick with it. When investing in real estate, you can anticipate the amount of cash coming in and going out. As long as you are sure you can manage your outflows, you won't lose the property to foreclosure or even be forced to sell at a loss. What's great about mastering this essential skill for real estate investing is that it will also help you in any other type of investment. Investing will no longer be just something you do when you have extra money, but it becomes a deliberate choice to make your money constantly work for you and not the other way around. Skill number 2, mastering the skill of leveraging. Leveraging is a very powerful tool for investing in real estate, as demonstrated earlier. You don't need to have millions in the bank to start investing in real estate. Pwede ka rin kumita ng mas malaki without paying the full price for the property. But just like any other tool, you have to know how to use leverage safely and smartly, so you can use it to your maximum advantage. Sa totoo lang, leveraging can be risky for people who are bad at money and who invest blindly. So before you use leverage, make sure you have strong financial discipline. This includes knowing your limits. Don't buy a property that you can't really pay for over the long run, so you don't end up losing it. This also goes hand in hand with managing your cash flow, which I talked about earlier. The other side of leveraging that you also have to think about is where to invest your money. Which location? Which development? You have to study the market. Remember, not all properties are created equal. So what makes a property a good investment? This brings me to the next skill. Skill number 3, knowing the fundamentals. Any type of investment would have fundamentals. When it comes to real estate, it's location, location, location. The key question here is, what will drive more demand for the properties, which in turn will boost the value long term? Is the property situated in or near major business districts? Are there upcoming infrastructure developments in the area? Will there be a lot of office or commercial developments in the foreseeable future? Are these developments already committed or are merely speculation? Since real estate is a hard asset that people will use, whether it's for their own use or for the tenant's use, one thing remains constant. The more developments in the area to increase demand, such as infrastructure, office, and commercial developments, the higher the value. Once you master these three skills in real estate, not only do you minimize the risk, but you are able to grow your investment portfolio. Thank you for watching. If you want to inquire about the pre-selling developments that I offer, you may get sample computations or sign up for a free consultation by visiting my website or by messaging me on my social media. I'm an accredited broker of the country's most trusted developers. And if you want to learn more about real estate investing, please subscribe to my channel and check out my other video. Let's get rich and financially free, one property at a time.